Get ready to enter the Thrive Time Show.
We started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom and we'll show you how to get here. Started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom, now we here.
We started from the bottom, now we're on the top. Teaching you the systems to get what we got. Colton Dixon's on the hooks, I break down the books. Z's bringing some wisdom and the good looks. As the father of five, that's why I'm alive. So if you see my wife and kids, please tell them hi. It's the C&Z up on your radio. And now 3, 2, 1, here we go.
We started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom and we'll show you how to get.
Clay Clark, how are you, my friend?
Man, I am doing great. I honestly am super excited to talk about today's topic because I just feel like a lot of people feel stuck, and I'm excited to help people get unstuck, my friend.
I agree. I'm excited too, and I honestly do love sitting down with you because I feel like for Thrivers watching, you are somebody that didn't inherit a bunch of money.
Yeah.
You didn't get handed a business. You kind of grew up with where you had the earrings, and the
whole Eminem phase.
Hood mentality.
Yeah, nothing wrong with the hood. The hood could be good.
Oh yeah, no, and you've got some
good for me. I didn't make any money that way, but that could be your deal.
But some of what you do now, you still hide some of that rebellion each day. You have your own. Can you just tell the Thrivers right now? He wears a jersey.
Well,
actually, underneath his suit.
Right now, I'm wearing it's a Dream Team.
Mm-hmm.
This is Dream Team 2. I got a David Robinson jersey on right now.
Yep.
Boom.
So that's real. Every day though, this is his silent rebellion, against the man. It's the basketball jersey. I love that though. But today we're talking about deciding to thrive at work.
Yep.
Your time is now.
Yep.
Okay. So in general though, what's interesting to me is people have dreams and goals that they want to achieve, but they're not willing to start right now. And it's easy for all of us. I'm so guilty of this. I don't know if you have been guilty of this as well, but to make excuses. To say, I definitely want to be successful, but right now I just can't quite.
Well, I remember my first time I caught myself doing that is I said, I want to start a business after college. Then I want to get married after I graduate from college. Then after I get married, then I guess I'll go back then and start a business. I don't want to start a business while I'm in college. I don't want to start a business while I'm getting married.
Right.
I want to do it after.
Right.
Well, what happened in my life is my best friend got killed in a car accident. I got kicked out of college, and just all hell broke loose at the same time.
How old were you at this time?
Like 19 years old.
Okay, so 19 years old,
19,
you lose
20.
your best friend.
Yep.
You get kicked out of college.
Yep.
And you realize now is the time to thrive.
It was kind of like a lot of times I meet entrepreneurs all around the world and I meet business owners and I'm like, when did you decide to start having success? And it's always some major life event that has caused them to have no other option and they just have to make it work. It's amazing, but there's studies out there that'll show that people that have kids tend to get more focused at their job.
Right.
Because now you have someone else dependent on you. And so my call to action today is I just encourage you strongly to have a sense of urgency and realize that your life does matter and every day is a gift. And you just want to revere that and you want to honor it and you want to just have the most success you can because if you got air in your lungs and you're above ground, I mean, you've won life's lottery. You are here for a reason.
And what I love is Thrive is set up in such a way where you can watch and emulate these mentors who have achieved extreme levels of success in their own life, right? Yeah. And what's interesting is if you have goals where you're wanting to accumulate wealth, you've got to copy and mimic what these mentors do and other wealthy people. And Entrepreneur Magazine actually did a study of wealthy people and their habits and poor people and their habits. And a lot of people, again, say they want to be wealthy but aren't willing to do what wealthy people do. This is getting real.
This is kind of offensive.
This is real talk. I'm sorry. This is, though, a quote here from this article in Entrepreneur Magazine when comparing some of the habits of poor people and wealthy people. It says over 75% of poor people watch reality TV, as opposed to less than 5% of wealthy people who watch reality TV. A coincidence?
Come on.
Is that a coincidence?
Now, I will say this. I have met very successful people who watch reality TV. However, they already have the success. Ooh. So if you're trying to get the success, I know I went through a dark period of my life where I don't think I watched TV at all for a long time because I just didn't have time. It's like, am I going to, I had to go to work. I had to work at my night job. I had to make calls. I had to drop stuff off. I had to go to the dry cleaner. I had so much stuff going on. I had to take things out of my life to put things in. So unfortunately, the reality TV, I wasn't able to watch Survivor.
Well, another thing that's interesting too is that wealthy people have this understanding of how impactful habits are, and they're very careful about the habits that they form. And according to, again, Entrepreneur Magazine, the same study of wealthy people and poor people, 84% of wealthy people believe that good habits create opportunity, but only 4% of poor people would believe the same thing to be true.
Yeah, life isn't what happens to you, it's what you do to make life happen. And so,
say that again.
Well, life is not what happens to you; it's what you decide to make happen. And so I know that growing Thrive, or I guess a better example would be when I was starting my first business. I had no customers, and customers did not want to hire me because they didn't know I existed. And I didn't have a marketing budget big enough to go out there and mass market, so I had to call them.
Right.
And I had to cold call them, which is something I didn't want to do.
No.
But if I didn't make that difficult choice to do that, I would have never gotten ahead.
Well, and what's interesting is it's going to be hard to take action, or it's going to be hard to build a habit without first taking action, And if you're always putting it off or making excuses because of what's happening in life, you always talk about it. There's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
go ahead,
Friday,
come on,
Saturday,
okay.
Sunday.
Okay.
Which day is not on most calendars?
Someday.
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 So if you find yourself saying, someday I'm going to.
Someday
I'm going to start over-delivering, beating my boss to work. Someday
by Mariah Carey is a good song. I just want to throw that out there.
That's nice. We do endorse that, but probably not scheduling your action steps on someday. That's not
Truth.
Here's something interesting, though. We've got a notable quotable here from Dale Carnegie, author of How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Beautiful.
Tell us more about Dale Carnegie before I jump into this quote. Why should we listen to Dale?
Dale's a guy who specifically studied how to communicate.
Okay.
In communication, if you were to enroll in different seminars or workshops, a lot of these executives will pay thousands of dollars to study how to become better communicators. And if you look at all the studies that are out there about people and some of the limiting factors, if you can't communicate, you get kind of stuck. And so communication is a huge skill to learn. And Dale started an institute where he basically devoted his time to researching how to communicate effectively, how to be a public speaker, how to talk, how to do sales, how to communicate your ideas effectively, how to influence people. And he ended up becoming one of the best-selling communication experts of our time.
Yep. And this quote that I'm going to be touching on is huge, okay? Because it's talking about actually starting today, but taking action today, and the danger of not taking action today and choosing someday. It says, inaction breeds doubt and fear. Action breeds confidence and courage. If you want to conquer fear, do not sit home and think about it. Go out and get busy. So this takes it, in my mind, to a whole different level of the danger is not only, of inaction is not only, oh, hey, my dreams might be postponed, but it breeds doubt and fear?
Yeah, well, the problem is that success is not logical. So I give you an example. When you start a business, there's all this research that shows 9 out of 10 businesses fail.
Yep.
9 out of 10 of those that do make it will fail within the next 5 years.
Right.
Research shows that the economy may be contracting, that the recession might happen, that the sky's falling. This is a scary world. If you study it between ISIS or ISIL and between all of the changes and earthquakes and Nepal and all the things that could happen, I mean, it's never a good time to start a business because we have droughts in San Diego, we got ISIS going on over here, we got earthquakes. It's a scary world.
Right.
But if you just get busy, then what you're going to find is you won't have enough time to think about all those things, and you'll ordain your own destiny right now.
But what's cool is this is not for somebody that's just only looking to start their own business. You might be like me, where you say, I'm going to start over-delivering. I'm going to start beating my boss to work.
Yep.
I'm going to start spending 30 minutes a day reading or improving a certain skill set. But as long as you've got that on a someday calendar, it's not going to happen. Today's when you have to start thriving. That's what you're saying. Absolutely.
It's just in marriage too. I know I give constantly marriage tips because I've been married 14 years at this point.
Right.
And I will tell you, I have to ignite the passion in my marriage. I have to keep that relationship going. I've got to say, I can't wait till someday when my kids are grown. We have 5 kids,
That's true.
I can't wait till they get older to start investing in our relationship. I have to decide right now. I have to be the catalyst.
Okay. We're going to dive into 3 principles here, 3 main points. Okay. The first one is decide to thrive at work. The second one is learn how to motivate yourself. And the third one is your time is now. Okay, that's what we're going to go through.
Yeah.
The first one, though, let's touch on it. We have to decide to thrive at work. Okay. Now, Huffington Post in a recent article said 1 in 3 Americans are happy today. Huffington Post said 1 in 3 Americans are happy today. How does this apply to us having to decide to thrive at work right now?
Well, when you're at work, just understand that 2 out of the 3 people next to you, and if you don't see 2 people that aren't happy, you might want to get a mirror out and look at yourself.
Whoa.
But the thing is, you only have 1 out of 3 people that are happy. So success is not normal. It's hard to find a boss it's hard to find a coworker who's pumped up about their job unless they're a manager, because the best employees, you want to promote them, put them in positions of leadership. So if you're right now at the bottom rung or you're somewhere in the middle and you feel stuck, just understand that the decision to be happy and the decision to thrive and to be ultimately successful at work is not normal, and one that 2 out of 3 people are not going to make.
Let me ask you this. I hear you preach this often and live it out. Understanding your why.
Yeah.
Why is understanding your why so important, and what does that mean exactly?
Well, for me in particular, I always wanted to hire my dad. And so, when you grow up in a situation where you have financially limited resources, you start to make every decision based upon those financial limitations. And so I decided I want to hire my dad. And I don't care what I have to do, I'm going to hire my dad. I'm going to hire my dad. I'm going to build a multi-million-dollar business before I'm 30. It's going to happen.
Right.
And, well, why? Why? Well, I guess so that we can live we have more choices, we have more possibilities, we have more options. Well, why? Because I don't want my kids to grow up with financial lack, because I want to be able to go to the store and buy organic avocados. But why? Well, why? Because I just want to be able to live life on my terms. And I know why. And I knew why, and that's what motivated me to work at night, to stay up all night, to work on those weekends, to carry heavy equipment, to work construction, to all those crazy jobs I did, because I was motivated by a big, ridiculous, hairy, audacious dream. Without that dream, I would not have been motivated to work.
So this is kind of the first step then, is understanding your why.
You got to do it.
Or else, that's probably why most Americans aren't happy in their job, because they don't know why they're coming in 9 to 5.
Well, it doesn't make any sense.
They don't have a goal.
Doesn't make any sense.
Right.
You say, well, if you go to high school and you get good grades, you're going to go to college. And you say, well, why do I want to go to college? You say, because there's a sports team that's pretty successful. They're good at basketball or football, and hopefully I can graduate from that school. And then people will recognize the brand name on that diploma. And you say, well, why? So that I can get a job. Well, why? So I can get a car. Well, why? So I can get a house, a mortgage payment, car payment, so I can pay off my student loan. Why? So I can retire. Why? So I can be happy. Boom! So I can be happy. Right. So if you decide right now you want to be happy all the time, that is an entirely different conversation.
Right.
And that is why I'm so happy all the time. Because I love what I'm doing all the time. Every day is a holiday. Boom!
Let me ask you about your time at the pizza factory then.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and so this was kind of your time without knowing what your why was.
I had no idea why at that point. I knew that I needed a job so that I could make some money, so that I could save some money, so I could go to college to get a bunch of knowledge.
Whoa.
So I decided I was going to practice the dark art of jackassery.
Right.
And what I would do is if you came in, if I knew you, or I wanted to kind of hang out with you, if you were a girl and I thought you were attractive, and I was like, well, are you from here? You come here very often? No. You want
to impress me.
You want a pizza? I'll get you a pizza right now. Whoa. I won't even charge you for the pizza. Whoa.
That's crazy.
Hand-tossed dough, you know what I mean? The whole deal. And I just basically, didn't have a focus.
Right.
So I was not being a good steward of the financial resources of my owner.
Right.
I was not being a good employee, but I was hitting on some chicks.
Okay. So that first principle is we have to decide to thrive at work.
Yep.
But in order to really do that, you've got to understand your why.
Got to understand your why.
Principle number 2 here is learn how to motivate yourself.
Ooh, that's tough.
This is deep.
Yeah.
Learn how to motivate yourself. Okay, we got another notable quotable here. This is from Andrew Carnegie. Would you like to go ahead and tell the Thrivers, though, why should we listen to Andrew Carnegie?
Well, Andrew Carnegie is a guy at age 13, he had to start working.
Right.
Because his family was such a bad financial situation. He was an immigrant. He moves over here at age 13. He starts working in a factory, and he ends up becoming the world's, basically arguably the wealthiest or the second wealthiest guy during his time. He was only exceeded in his wealth by Rockefeller.
Right.
So, Carnegie was like the wealthiest guy, self-made immigrant, didn't have a lot of formal schooling.
So if your goal has anything to do with or is at all tied with wealth, he might be a good one to listen to. He has a little tip here.
Well, if you have a bunch of life goals that are free, like if you're like,
yeah,
I want to go on vacation, and you found a way to get free tickets,
then this
free
might not
airfare,
apply.
free, free hotel, free, and if you're like, I want my kids to go to a nice school, and you found a way to get it free, and you want nice clothes, and that's free, and I mean, forget money.
Right,
you don't need money.
But if you feel like you might need money, listen
yeah,
here. This
if
is
you're
what
ridiculous and you have goals that require money.
This is what Andrew Carnegie says. People who are unable to motivate themselves must be content with mediocrity, no matter how impressive their other talents. That's deep.
That was deep
because it's almost painful.
Well, I call it a dumb tax. You have to pay sometimes when you don't know these things. And I could not motivate myself. I used to say, well, I know I need to make, this is when I own my own business. I know I need to make cold calls, but I just don't want to.
Why is it so hard to motivate ourselves?
Because with the thing, we fear rejection, and we see the pattern around us is to not be happy. 2 out of 3 people around you, the bias is to not be happy. Remember, it's not normal to be successful. It's not normal to be happy. It's normal to be cynical. It's normal to be jaded. It's normally to put off living until someday. Success is not normal. I mean, when you tell somebody that you want to become the manager of the company you're at right now, or you want to be the top of a division, or you want to run a department, people are like, you?
Yeah.
You?
Well, but to motivate yourself too, you've got to do something that requires this motivation. Doesn't come naturally. Like, I don't have to motivate myself to eat cake, you know?
Yeah,
That doesn't take a ton of motivation.
Well, when you do hard things, life gets easier.
Okay.
But a lot of times what we want to do is we want to do the easy things because it feels good short term.
Right.
And if you focus on doing what feels good short term, long term, you're going to not feel good. Remember, if you focus on what feels good short term, long term, you're not going to feel good.
So how do we motivate ourselves? This is a huge thing. How do we do it? How do you do it?
What I do every day is I figured out what things create the emotional state for myself that I want. So I know, like, there's certain music. I love John Legend, as everybody knows. I love John Legend. I love Sam Smith. I love R&B music. I love kind of that R&B.
So you actually listen to that to motivate yourself?
Oh, I do. I'm driving to work. Yeah. Every morning I listen to basically self-help, like great trainings from people. I listen to some of the Thrive episodes from some of the mentors we have. But I've got myself already motivated. So when I wake up, as soon as I wake up, it's probably a disturbing thought. I hop in the bath and I read. And I read something that's going to enrich my mind. And a lot of times I don't want to read it.
Right.
I'm reading a self-help book. That's how I start every single day. Then the second step is I will listen to music that motivates me and self-help stuff that motivates me every day.
Right.
You mean every day? Yeah, because I have to trick myself.
Right.
And I don't have a boss. So sometimes I have to kick my own butt into gear and I have to say, I got to get myself pumped. And by the time I get to work, I'm so euphorically pumped that I am like a huge force of momentum. And when I run into opposition and negativity and someone says, hey, someone parked in my spot, and by the way, the bathrooms are dirty, and Kyle called in sick, and Sharon's getting in a fight with Doug, and I have so much momentum for the day that I cannot be deterred.
I love it. And I know that a lot of the Thrivers we've talked with have kind of started using this Thrive episodes as their morning motivation.
Get the mojo going.
Why not? Get your mind in the right place and start that day off so that you're ready to tackle
Turn your geography into your dojo of mojo. Turn wherever you are. Turn your car, turn your office, turn your bathroom, turn it into that. Get that mojo going. If you need to watch Rocky IV every single morning, that fight scene where it's the Russian versus Sylvester Stallone, if that's what you need to do, and if you have no idea what I'm talking about, then maybe you need to watch another movie that pumps you up, but you need to do it.
You should probably watch that movie first, and then you should probably see it.
Everyone should watch the movie 6 times.
Okay. Principle number 3 here. Your time is now.
Yep.
Your time is now. Okay, we got a notable quotable from Napoleon Hill.
Bam.
Okay, he says, do not wait. The time will never be just right. Start where you stand and work whatever tools you may have at your command, and better tools will be found as you go along. Now, you've already alluded to it, but I really did want to marinate on this a little bit because there's nobody better to be, I guess, preaching this to us than you. You're telling me that your goal, not everybody's goal is this, but your goal was to start your own business.
Yeah.
And that was what you wanted to do, and you had it on the calendar for someday.
Yeah.
And then you had some crazy things happen, where within a year you found yourself newly married.
Yep.
Lost your best friend.
Yeah, he's my roommate. Yep.
And you were kicked out of college, which was your game plan. You were planning on graduating.
Yep.
that would not really count as just the right time, I feel like.
And if I would have waited for these situations my situation to improve, I would have never had success.
Right.
But I started moving. I just started going, I don't know what I need to do other than I need to book something this week. I need to book an event. We used to have an entertainment company. I have to book an event that can pay the bills long enough to get to next week. So I booked the Yucatan liquor stand.
Amen.
Bam! I keep running into people all over the country that have been to this place.
The other day, I was with you, and they're like, I remember you.
Yucatan liquor stand. So people remember that. But I booked another. At that event, a lady comes up and asks for a card. Hey, do you do weddings? And I do a wedding, and then it leads from that to that. And pretty soon I find myself the house DJ for the Renaissance hotel chain. Awesome, but you can't steer a parked bus. If you're sitting in that bus,
it doesn't go.
It doesn't go. You got to move that, get some momentum going.
Let me ask you this, though. If a Thriver's watching this right now, and maybe the goal isn't necessarily to start a business right now, but they know which action they should be taking, they're not. What do you say to that person?
Well, I'm going to give you an example. It's probably not pertaining to you. It's probably other people.
It's other people.
You might go, I would work really hard if my boss would just change their attitude. I'd be a better spouse if I'd be a great husband if my wife would just start.
You're starting to get offensive.
If she would just start hitting on me and start doing the deal where she does the thing and I'm like, bam, baby, wow. If she would just do that, then I would be a better husband. And I would just be a better dad if my kids would be more respectful. But you have to be the change that you want to see, to quote my main man, Gandhi. Okay, so you've got to be the guy who is a catalyst. You have to create your own future. You cannot wait because the time will never be just right. I'm telling you, I remember September 11, towers are falling down. I'm working off my singular AT&T wireless cell phone with limited minutes, 600 minutes for the whole month.
Wow.
I can't make outbound calls. I can only do inbound calls because I'm at my maximum number of minutes. I remember pulling over, honest to God, going to pay phones, making cold calls. All the time. Why? Because that's what I had to do. But over time, once I booked a few things, sold a few things, got a few services sold, I upgraded to 1,200 minutes. And I was pumped because the coverage area showed on my little map that I could now talk to people the entire way from Tulsa to Okmulgee, where I was going to community college. And I could drive every day.
It's a real place.
It's a slamming place. And I used to just be on the phone going, I'm on the phone and I'm on the way to Okmulgee.
But you're saying most people would have said, I need to wait till I've got capital. I need to wait till I've got this.
And I would have said it unless I had mentors and this knowledge in my mind helping change my worldview. Because everybody around me wanted to justify my excuses. They said, how are you you can't run a business right now. You don't even have unlimited minutes. But I didn't let that limit me.
Okay, so I think the first thing you got to kind of ask yourself, what is it, you've got it in your mind, but what is it that you need to be doing now that you're not doing right now?
Real talk.
You got to ask yourself that question. And the second thing is just to start taking action and doing it.
You have to have a bias for action.
Okay.
Every day you need to wake up, make a to-do list, schedule the things that need to happen. And if you're going, how do I do that? Watch Lee Cockrell's time management magic episodes. Anything he has on time management, it's phenomenal.
Who's Lee Cockrell?
Lee Cockrell is the former executive vice president of Walt Disney World Resorts. This guy is phenomenal.
He managed 40,000 people.
And he actually designed the time management app, the time management tool that's inside the Thrive15.com platform. Use that thing. I'm telling you, ordain your destiny. Schedule it.
Okay, so we started with this big problem of people that have goals, but they're not willing to stop doing the things that they need to stop doing and form the habits that need to be formed. Right? But we talked about deciding to thrive. Okay, and then we also talked about learning how to motivate yourself, which is huge. If you can learn to motivate yourself, you can accomplish anything.
Figure out what it is you need to motivate yourself. Trick yourself. Do you need I am not even kidding. I used to not eat lunch, Caleb.
I know.
Because I would say, I'm not going to eat anything until I sell something. Because I love to eat.
You do.
So I'm like, I am not going to eat anything until I sell something. That was so motivating. It's like 5 o'clock at night. I'm still cold calling. But I found a way to trick myself.
I love it.
You know what I mean? Maybe you need to taser yourself. I don't know what you need to do, but just do what you need to do to motivate yourself.
We don't sell tasers yet, do we?
We don't have they're going through a patent pending process.
Right, so you can just taser yourself.
Working with the Russian government
to
produce this.
The third thing we touched on, though, is the time is now. Your time is now. Don't wait till just the right time because that won't come. Don't wait for someday. That's not on the calendar. Your time is now.
It is now, and I want to encourage you. You can do this. We're gonna have very specific episodes you can watch on how to, do accounting and how to do search engine optimization and how to deal with confrontation and management. Everything you'd ever want to do. But knowledge without application is meaningless.
Right.
If you learn all this stuff and you don't apply it,
right.
it's not gonna matter. And I'll give you a little nugget from Thomas Edison. Vision without execution is hallucination. Right. I repeat, vision without execution is hallucination. Do not be someone who hallucinates.
Right.
Dream big, live big, take those big action steps, make it happen.
Now, I haven't studied, I guess, all these people, and I don't know the quotes as well as you, so I don't know if this would apply, but sometimes when I look at you, I feel like I hallucinate because of your beauty. And so you cause hallucinations for me. Have you experienced that?
There's a little song I'm working on right now.
Okay.
It's Ecstasy When You're Next to Me.
So kind.
Stick around, you guys want to watch it.
Boom.
All right, JT, so hypothetically, in your mind, what is the purpose of having a business?
To get you to your goals. So it's a vehicle to get you to your destination.
Whoa. And would you need profits to get there? I mean, when you have a business that's successful, in your mind, in your expert opinion, would you need profits to get you to your goals?
Yeah, because if you have a $15 million business, but you have $15 million of expenses, it's kind of pointless.
Holy crap!
All right, so the question I would have here for you, if you could take 10 minutes or less and see if you could save $3,000 a year by reducing your credit card fees, would you do it?
Yes, absolutely.
Holy crap!
Why would somebody out there who's listening right now who has a sane mind, why would they not go to thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card, thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card to schedule a 10-minute consultation to see if they can reduce their credit card fees by at least $3,000 a year.
Why would they not do it?
Yeah, why would they not do it?
Maybe because they didn't understand how you said the website.
This tree is a symbol of the spirit of the Griswold family Christmas.
No, that's clear. Okay, so that could be true. So I would encourage everybody to check out thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card, thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card. What would be another reason why someone would not be willing to take 10 minutes to compare rates to see if they could save $3,000 or more on credit card fees?
Maybe they think it is a waste of time and that it won't. It's not possible.
If there's somebody out there that's making more than $3,000 every 10 minutes and they're like, nah, that's not worth my time.
We getting there, right money. We getting there, right money.
There's probably someone out there that would think that.
Well, I'll just tell you, folks, if you're out there today and you're making less than $3,000 per 10 minutes, I would highly recommend that you go to thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card because you can compare rates, you can save money. And, the big goal, in my opinion, of building a business is to create time freedom and financial freedom. And in order to do that, you have to maximize your profits.
Holy crap!
Now, one way to maximize your profits is to increase your revenue. Another way to do it is to decrease your expenses.
It's a profit deal. It takes the pressure off.
JT, is there any other reason why somebody would not be willing to take 10 minutes to compare rates to see if they could save a total of $3,000 a year on average?
I am at a loss and I cannot think of any other.
Shampoo is better. I go on first and clean the hair. Conditioner is better. I leave the hair silky and smooth. Oh, really, fool? Really? Stop looking at me, Swan.
Well, let me tell you a good story here real quick here. I actually, years ago, compared rates with this company here. It's called IPS. It's Integrated Payment Services. And I scheduled a consultation. I don't know that I was skeptical. I just thought, whatever, I'll take 10 minutes. I'll compare rates.
I can't tell.
You can tell me I'm a doctor.
No, I mean, I'm just not sure.
But can't you take a guess?
Well, not for another 2 hours.
You can't take a guess for another 2 hours?
And in my particular case, I save over $20,000 a year.
Holy crap!
Wow.
Which is, like groceries when my wife goes to the organic stores.
Find everything you need today?
Yeah.
Great, okay.
Oh, God. No.
Everything okay, ma'am?
It's just that you've only scanned a few items and it's already $60. I'm so scared.
Okay, I'm a trained professional, ma'am. I've scanned a lot of groceries. I need you to stay with me.
It's just that my in-laws are in town and they want a charcuterie board.
This isn't gonna be easy, so I need you to be brave, all right? What's your name?
Patricia.
Trisha, all right. I need you to take a deep breath. We're about to do the cheese.
You know, that's the difference between eating organic and not organic. So because my wife eats organic, I had to take the 10 minutes needed to compare rates to save the $20,000 a year on credit card fees just for one of my companies.
One question, what's the brand name of the clock?
The brand name of the clock, Rod. Do we have it? Name of the clock. It's an elegant from Ridgeway. It's from Ridgeway.
Let's buy
the clock
and sell the fireplace.
So I encourage everybody out there, go to thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card. You schedule a free consultation, request information. A member of our team will call you. They'll schedule a free consultation. It should take you 10 minutes or less. And they're going to compare rates and see if they can't save you more than $3,000 a year off of your credit card processing.
You were hoping what?
I wouldn't owe you money at the end of the day.
No, you don't owe us money.
Because at the end of the day, the goal of a business is to create time freedom and financial freedom. In order to do that, you need to create additional profits.
The number of new customers that we've had is up 411% over last year. We are Jared and Jennifer Johnson. We own Platinum Pest and Lawn and are located in Owasso, Oklahoma. And we have been working with Thrive for business coaching for almost a year now.
Yeah. So what we want to do is we want to share some wins with you guys that we've had by working with Thrive. First of all, we're on the top page of Google now. Okay. I just want to let you know what type of accomplishment this is. Our competition, Orkin, Terminex, they're both $1.3 billion companies. They both have 2,000 to 3,000 pages of content attached to their website. So to basically go from virtually non-existent on Google to up on the top page is really saying something. But that's come by being diligent to the systems that Thrive has, by being consistent and diligent on doing podcasts and staying on top of those podcasts to really help with getting up on with their listing and ranking there with Google.
And also we've been trying to get Google reviews, asking our customers for reviews. And now we're the highest rated and most reviewed pest and lawn company in the Tulsa area. And that's really helped with our conversion rate. And the number of new customers that we've had is up 411% over last year.
Wait, say that again. How much are we up?
411%.
Okay, so 411% we're up with our new customers. Amazing.
Right. So not only do we have more customers calling in, we're able to close those deals at a much higher rate than we were before. Right now, our closing rate is about 85%, and that's largely due to, first of all, like our Google reviews that we've gotten people really see that our customers are happy, but also we have a script that we follow. And so when customers call in, they get all the information that they need. That script has been refined time and time again. It wasn't a one and done deal. It was a system that we followed with Thrive in the refining process, and that has obviously the 411% shows that system works.
Yeah. So here's a big one for you. So last week alone, our booking percentage was 91%. We actually booked more deals, more new customers last year than we did the first 5 months. Or I'm sorry, we booked more deals last week than we did the first 5 months of last year from before we worked with Thrive. So again, we booked more deals last week than the first 5 months of last year. And it's incredible. But the reason why we have that success is by implementing the systems that Thrive has taught us and helped us out with. So.
Some of those systems that we've implemented are group interviews. That way we've really been able to come up with a really great team. We've created and implemented checklists. That way everything gets done and it gets done right. It creates accountability. We're able to make sure that everything gets done properly, both out in the field and also in our office. And also doing the podcast, like Jared had mentioned, that has really, really contributed to our success. But that, like I said, the diligence and consistency in doing those and that system has really, really been a big blessing in our lives. And also, it's really shown that we've gotten the success from following those systems.
Yeah. So before working with Thrive, we were basically stuck. Really no new growth with our business. And we were in a rut and we didn't know.
Oh, sorry. The last 3 years, our customer base had pretty much stayed the same. We weren't shrinking, but we weren't really growing either.
Yeah, and so we didn't really know where to go, what to do, how to get out of this rut that we're in. But Thrive helped us with that. You know, they implemented those systems. They taught us those systems. They taught us the knowledge that we needed in order to succeed. Now it's been a grind. Absolutely, it's been a grind this last year. But we're getting those fruits from that hard work and the diligent effort that we're able to put into it. So again, we were in a rut. Thrive helped us get out of that rut. And if you're thinking about working with Thrive, quit thinking about it and just do it. Do the action, and you'll get the results. It will take hard work and discipline. But that's what it's going to take in order to really succeed. So we just want to give a big shout out to Thrive, a big thank you out there to Thrive. We wouldn't be where we're at now without their help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Moore. I'm a pediatric dentist. Through our new digital marketing plan, we have seen a marked increase in the number of new patients that we're seeing every month, year over year. One month, for example, we went from 110 new patients the previous year to over 180 new patients in the same month. And overall, our average is running about 40 to 42% increase month over month, year over year. The group of people required to implement our new digital marketing plan is immense, starting with a business coach, videographers, photographers, web designers. Back when I graduated dental school in 1985, nobody advertised. The only marketing that was ethically allowed in everybody's eyes was mouth-to-mouth marketing. By choosing to use the services, you're choosing to use a proven turnkey marketing and coaching system that will grow your practice and get you the results that you're looking for. I went to the University of Oklahoma College of Dentistry, graduated in 1983, and then I did my pediatric dental residency at Baylor College of Dentistry from 1983 to 1985.
Hello, my name is Charles Colaw with Colaw Fitness. Today I want to tell you a little bit about Clay Clark and how I know Clay Clark. Clay Clark has been my business coach since 2017. He's helped us grow from 2 locations to now 6 locations. We're planning to do 7 locations in 7 years and then franchise. And Clay has done a great job of helping us navigate anything that has to do with like running the business, building the systems, the checklists, the workflows, the audits, how to navigate lease agreements, how to buy property, how to work with brokers and builders. This guy is just amazing. He's this kind of guy has worked in every single industry. He's written books with like Lee Crockrell, head of Disney, with the 40,000 cast members. He's friends with like Mike Lindell. He does Reawaken America tours where he does these tours all across the country where 10,000 or more people show up to some of these tours. On the day-to-day, he does anywhere from about 160 companies. He's at the top. He has a team of business coaches, videographers, and graphic designers and web developers, and they run 160 companies every single week. So think of this guy with a team of business coaches running 160 companies. So in the weekly, he's running 160 companies. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's doing Reawaken America tours. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's also doing business conferences where 200 people show up, and he teaches people a 13-step proven system that he's done and worked with billionaires, helping them grow their companies. So I've seen guys from startups go from startup to being multimillionaires, teaching people how to get time freedom and financial freedom through the system. Critical thinking, document creation, putting it into organizing everything in their head to building into a franchisable, scalable business. Like one of his businesses has like 500 franchises. That's just one of the companies or brands that he works with. So amazing guy, Elon Musk kind of like smart guy. He kind of comes off sometimes as socially awkward, but he's so brilliant and he's taught me so much. When I say that, like Clay is like, he doesn't care what people think when you're talking to him. He cares about where you're going in your life and where he can get you to go. And that's what I like most about him. He's like a good coach. A coach isn't just making you feel good all the time. A coach is actually helping you get to the best you. And Clay has been an amazing business coach. Through the course of that, we became friends. I was really most impressed with him is when I was shadowing him one time. We went into a business deal and listened to it. I got to shadow and listen to it. And when we walked out, I knew that he could make millions on the deal. And they were super excited about working with him. And he told me, he's like, I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to turn it down because he knew it was going to harm the common good of people in the long run. And the guy's integrity just really wowed me. It brought tears to my eyes to see that this guy, his highest desire was to do what's right And anyways, just an amazing man. So anyways, impacted me a lot. He's helped navigate anytime I've got nervous or worried about how to run the company, or you know, navigating competition and an economy that's like, I remember we got closed down for 3 months. He helped us navigate on how to stay open, how to get back open, how to just survive through all the COVID shutdowns, lockdowns.
I'm Rachel with Tip Top Canine, and we just want to give a huge thank you to Clay and Vanessa Clark.
Hey guys, I'm Ryan with Tip Top Canine. Just want to say a big thank you to Thrive 15. Thank you to Make Your Life Epic. We love you guys, we appreciate you, and really just appreciate how far you've taken us. This is our old house, right? This is where we used to live a few years ago. This is our old neighborhood. See? It's nice, right? So this is my old van and our old school marketing, and this is our old team. And by team, I mean it's me and another guy.
This is our new house with our new neighborhood. This is our new van with our new marketing, and this is our new team. We went from 4 to 14, and I took this beautiful photo. We worked with several different business coaches in the past, and they were all about helping Ryan sell better and just teaching sales, which is awesome, but Ryan is a really great salesman. So we didn't need that. We needed somebody to help us get everything that was in his head out into systems, into manuals and scripts, and actually build a team. So now that we have systems in place, we've gone from 1 to 10 locations in only a year.
In October 2016, we grossed 13 grand for the whole month. Right now it's 2018, the month of October. It's only the 22nd. We've already grossed a little over 50 grand for the whole month, and we still have time to go. We're just thankful for you, thankful for Thrive and your mentorship, and we're really thankful that you guys have helped us to grow a business that we run now instead of the business running us. Just thank you times 1,000.
The Thrive Time Show 2-day interactive business workshops are the highest and most reviewed business workshops on the planet.
You can learn the proven 13-point business systems that Dr. Zellner and I have used over and over to start and grow successful companies. I mean, we get into the specific steps on what you need to do to optimize your website. We're going to teach you how to fix your conversion rate. We're going to teach you how to do a social media marketing campaign that works. How do you raise capital? How do you get a small business loan? We teach you everything you need to know here during a 2-day, 15-hour workshop. It's all here for you. You work every day in your business, but for 2 days you can escape and work on your business and build these proven systems, so now you can have a successful company that will produce both the time freedom and the financial freedom that you deserve. You're going to leave energized, motivated, but you're also going to leave empowered. The reason why I've built these workshops is because as an entrepreneur, I always wish that I had this. And because there wasn't anything like this, I would go to these motivational seminars, no money down, real estate, Ponzi scheme, get motivated seminars, and they would never teach me anything. It was like you went there and you paid for the big chocolate Easter bunny, but inside of it, it was a hollow nothingness. And I wanted the knowledge, and they're like, oh, but we'll teach you the knowledge after our next workshop. And the great thing is we have nothing to upsell. At every workshop, we teach you what you need to know. There's no one in the back of the room trying to sell you some next big get-rich-quick, walk-on-hot coals product. It's literally, we teach you the brass tacks, the specific stuff that you need to know to learn how to start and grow a business. And I encourage you to not believe what I'm saying, and I want you to Google the Z66 auto auction. I want you to Google elephant in the room. Look at Robert Zellner and Associates. Look them up and say, are they successful because they're geniuses, or are they successful because they have a proven system? When you do that research, you will discover that the same systems that we use in our own business can be used in your business. Come to Tulsa, book a ticket, and I guarantee you it's going to be the best business workshop ever, and we'll even give you your money back if you don't love it. We've built this facility for you, and we're excited to see you.
If we go back 8 years ago, think about the number of clients you had back then versus the number of clients you have now. As a percentage, what has been the growth over the past 8 years, do you think? We got to inspire somebody out there who just doesn't have the time to listen to their calls.
Okay, so Clay, it's like I would go up and down from about $10,000 a month up to about $40,000, but it's up and down roller coaster. And so now we've got it to where we're in excess of 100 clients.
That's awesome.
And so I would have anywhere from 5 clients to 20 clients on my own with networking, but I had no control over it. I didn't, without the systems, you're going to be victimized by your own business.
For somebody out there who struggles with math, if you, let's say that your average number of clients was 30 and you go to 100, as a percentage, what is that?
I have doubled every year since working with you. So I've doubled in clients, I've doubled in revenue every year. It's 100% growth every year I've worked with. Now, so I'm looking, we've been good friends 7-8 years, and I've got doubled 5 times.
Which is just incredible. I mean, the first time you do it, that's one thing, but when you do it repeatedly,
yeah,
I mean, that's unbelievable.
We're working our Blessed Assurance off this year to double. We're planning on doubling again. We're incorporating some new things in there to really help us do it, but we are going to double again this year. I started coaching, but it would go up and down, Clay. That's when I came to you, as I was going up and down, and I wanted to go up and up instead of up and down. And so that's when it needed a system. So creating a system is you have nailed down specific steps that you're going to take no matter how you feel, no matter the results. You lean into them and you do them regardless of what's happening. You lean into them and it will give you X number of leads. You follow up with those leads, turns into sales. Well, I tell you, it's if you don't have a script and you don't have a system, then every day is a whole new creation. You're creating a lot of energy just to figure out what are you going to do.
Right.
And the best executives, Peter Drucker is a father of modern management. He said the most effective executives make one decision a year. What you do is you make a decision, what is your system, and then you work like the Dickens to make sure you follow that system. And so that's really what it's all about. So with a script here, we have a brand new gal that just came in working for us. She nailed down the script, and she's been nailing down appointments. Usually we try to get one appointment for every 100 calls. We make 200 to 300 calls a day per rep.
Right.
And she's been nailing down 5 and 8 appointments a day.
Somebody out there is having a hard time.
That script.
So she's making how many calls a day?
She's making between 200 and 300 calls a day.
Whoa. And our relationship is weird in that we do. If someone were to buy an Apple computer today,
yeah,
and or let's say you bought a personal computer, a PC, the computer is made by, let's say, Dell, but then the software in the computer would be Microsoft, let's say, or Adobe or whatever that is. So I basically make the systems. And you're like the computer and I'm like the software. It's kind of how I would describe our relationship. Yeah. Tim, I want to ask you this. You and I reconnected. I think it was in the year 2000 and what was it? Maybe 2010. Is that right? 2011 maybe? Or no, maybe further down the road. Maybe 2013.
2012.
Okay, so 2012, and at that time I was 5 years removed from the DJ business, and you were how many years removed from tax and accounting software?
It was about 10, 11 years.
We met, how did we re-meet? What was the first interaction? There was some interaction where you and I first connected. I just remember that somehow you and I went to Hideaway Pizza. But do you remember when we first reconnected?
Yeah, well, we had that speaking thing that...
there it was. So it was Victory Christian Center. I was speaking there.
My name is Robert Redmond. I actually first met Clay almost 3 years ago to the day. I don't know if he remembers it or not, but I wasn't working with him at the time. I asked to see him and just ask him some questions to help, direct my life, to get some mentorship. But I've been working with Clay for now just over a year. The role I play here is a business coach, business consultant. I work with different businesses, implementing best practice processes and systems that I have learned here by working with Clay. And the experience working here has, to put it real plainly, has been just life-changing. I have not only learned new things and have gained new knowledge, but I have gained a whole new mindset that I believe wherever I end up will serve me well throughout the rest of my life. Since working with Clay, I have learned so much. I mean, I would like to say almost everything about business in terms of the different categories. I haven't learned it all. but I've learned all about marketing. I've learned about advertising. I've learned about branding. I've learned how to create a sales process for organizations in any industry. I've learned how to sell. I've learned how to create repeatable systems and processes and hold people accountable. You know, how to hire people. It's almost like every aspect of a business you can learn. I have learned a lot in those different categories. And then, again, the mindset that I've gained here has been huge. You know, working here, you can't be a mediocre person. You are a call to a higher standard of excellence. And then as you're called to that standard here, you begin to see those outcomes in every area of your life. That standard of excellence that you want to implement no matter what you're involved in. I would like to describe the other people that work with Clay are people that are going somewhere with their life. Marshall in the group interview talks about how you know, the best fits for this organization are the people that are goal-oriented. So they're on their own trajectory, and we're on our own trajectory. And the best fits are those people where there can be a mutually beneficial relationship, that as we pursue our goals and we help the business pursue those goals, the business helps us pursue our goals as well. And so I'd say people that are driven, people that want to make something of their lives, people that are goal-oriented, they're focused, and they're committed to overcoming any adversity that may come their way. Clay's passion for helping business owners grow their businesses it's unique in that I don't know if there's anyone else that can be as passionate. You know, whenever a business starts working with Clay, it's almost as like Clay is running that business in the sense that he has something at stake. You know, he's just serving them. They're one of his clients, but it's as if he is actively involved in the business. Whenever they have a win, he's posting it all over his social media. He's shouting it across the room here at Thrive. You know, he's sending people encouraging messages. He can kind of be that life coach and business coach in terms of being that a motivator and that champion for people's businesses. It's again unique because there's no one else I've seen get so excited about and passionate about other people's businesses. The kind of people that wouldn't like working with Clay are people that are satisfied with mediocrity. People that want to get through life by just doing enough, by just getting by. People who are not looking to develop themselves, people who are not coachable, people who think that they know it all and they're unwilling to change. I would say those are the type of people. In short, anyone that's content with mediocrity would not like working with Clay. So if you're meeting Clay for the first time, the advice I'd give you is definitely come ready to take tons of notes. Every time Clay speaks, he it gives you a wealth of knowledge that you don't want to miss. I remember the first time that I met Clay, I literally carried a notebook with me all around. I was looking at this notebook the other day, actually. I carried a notebook with me all around, and I just took tons of notes. I filled the entire notebook in about 3 or 4 months, just from being around Clay, following him, and learning from him. And then I would say, come coachable. Be open to learning something new. Be open to challenging yourself. Be open to learning and adjusting parts about you that need to be adjusted.